Hi everyone, this is Dan, and this is Green Lantern Green Arrow Volume 2 by Dennis O'Neil, Neal Adams. This is the second volume compared to the first one I did a while back. And this is on Green Lantern number 83. And I didn't actually want to do this issue, but after reading it, I realized I had to. Mainly because the first time I did a Dennis O'Neil, Neal Adams Green Lantern Green Arrow issue for my Discovering Green Lantern series, I kind of ripped it a new one, and mainly because, honestly, looking back, I don't regret ripping it because, personally, I didn't think it was a good story. I just thought it was Dennis O'Neil just preaching to me for 20 pages, and it kind of sucked. This story, though, is amazing. Oh my God. The combination right here, this is a magical combination, by the way. Dennis O'Neil and Neal Adams is a great combo. So we see here a great little cover here, and a child shall destroy him. Really crazy looking at Green Lantern and Green Arrow freaking out about whatever this is. You get a little prelude to the story here. This man and this child bump into this lady, right? Looking pretty nice too. And then you see something really interesting. The old man yells at the child to do something. Her eyes flash, and this lady just contorts and convulses, falls to the ground, and there you have it. Ooh. Art by Neal Adams and Dick Giordano. Story by Denny O'Neil. Edited by Julius Shorts. Whoo-wee. All right, we get back to our heroes here. Again, they're still on their road trip. Here's Hal Jordan and the Green Arrow. In this case, they're accompanying Dina Lance, the Black Canary. And she's going off to work at a school to help children out, and they're just escorting her. These birds come out of nowhere, and we get a little Alfred Hitchcock moment. Green Arrow showing off a new weapon, this high-pitched arrow that kind of screeches at people and shocks people. And Green Lantern using his powers to stop a tree from falling on Dina and Green Arrow. And they get a little bit spooked. They're like, what the hell was that all about? They get into this school, and they meet Jason Belmore, the head of the school. And he pretty much immediately reacts very strongly to Green Lantern, tells him to get the hell out, and Green Lantern bounces out, and Green Arrow's like, what the hell just happened? Meanwhile, we see that same creepy old man and the little girl, and they know that they have to get rid of him. They have to get rid of Hal Jordan and the Green Arrow right here. So Green Arrow kind of asked GL, hey, what the hell was up with that? And he was like, hey, I heard his name. Just do us a favor. Just leave me alone. And they go over to their car. They notice someone crouching by their car, and they're like, okay, who the hell is this? And when Green Lantern goes over, it's Carol. It's Carol Ferris, and she's crippled. And this is, by the way, amazing narration and dialogue by Dennis O'Neil. Really, really good job. Clearly, the first issue of this run might have been him experimenting a little too much. This is great. This is fantastic right here. And he goes over, you can see the emotion in his face right here. He's asking Carol what happened. She's explaining this is what happened in the prelude of this comic. She was basically attacked so hard psychically by that little girl that it crippled her. And now she can't walk anymore. And while they're explaining, this is great art, by the way. Oh, this is freaking amazing. They're driving down the road, and the car's basically getting disintegrated in the middle of the drive. Green Lantern kind of saves them all. They get great dialogue, kind of like, what the hell's going on here? And Green Lantern creates a unicorn. That's pretty awesome. And they kind of talk about, hey, we got to go back to that school because something's not right, and Dina, Black Canary, is in trouble if we just leave it as is. Green Lantern agrees right until he does the usual, right? This is man, I can't wait till this is actually done in like a series or a movie very well, because as corny as the oath is, it's still really catchy, right? So they fly back to the school, and they're walking through, and you get a really nice sort of back and forth between Carol and the Green Lantern. And this is where I kind of get where the big picture where Dennis O'Neil was trying to go with this comic, right? He's trying to add depth to Green Lantern, and it worked really well. This one issue does a much better job than the first 3 issues in the previous volume, and I got to give it to Dennis O'Neil. This is fantastic. This is really good, and if you're jumping into it, and I would say if you're not of a very liberal persuasion, I would recommend you just start with Volume 2 because Volume 2 is so much better than Volume 1, at least in my opinion. So this is great right here. Those days are gone forever. The days I was confident, certain, proud to be a servant of the Guardians. I was so young, so sure I couldn't make a mistake. Young and cocky. That was Green Lantern. And Dennis O'Neil accomplishes his goal. Green Lantern is not just some sort of yes man. He does question his motives. He does try to think further, and he has depth to him, right? So we go in here and we get this weird back and forth between Dina and this freaking really creepy dude, Grandy. Really creepy, and she's kind of like. Definitely, like, there's something weird going on here, and she decides to change it to her Black Canary. Oh, man. Dude, Neal Adams. Oh, Neal Adams. Whew. That's a great... Dude, this is the 1970s. This is fantastic art. Oh, man. And as she goes being Black Canary, she freaking tosses Belmore, elbows freaking Grandy, and she's about to freaking win till this crazy psychic chick freaking just destroys her. He finds out this is Dina Lance, and she has her dragged to the basement and kind of explaining his origins and this creepy This isn't a particularly deep villain of the story, and I will say this: the villains written by Dennis O'Neil are not that great, but the freaking character interactions and depth to it within this issue, like the interactions between characters, is fantastic. And he decides to let some wasps basically kill Black Canary in the bottom of the basement. She has to kind of like curl up and try to do her best to keep the wasp from stinging her to death, I guess. Kind of a interesting mechanic here that Dennis O'Neil decided to use. Anyhow, Green Arrow, Green Lantern break into the school. They run into Belmore. Green Arrow's like, where the hell's Dina? Take me to him. They walk through. They get caught by Grandy and the students. The students are kind of brainwashed, so they attack them, right? Green Arrow uses his force field to break them, and then Sybil psychically attacks Green Arrow and Green Lantern. And this is really great. This is the end. Never thought I'd die on a dirty kitchen floor, helpless. Kind of stupid, isn't it? This is a great panel, by the way. And Green Arrow hears Dina screaming from the basement, and it gives him enough strength to overcome the psychic attack and use one of his screeching arrows to sort of knock out, disable Sybil and Grandy. And he runs down to the basement. Green Arrow Green Lantern takes care of the wasps, and they're going over and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna get that filthy. But Green Lantern's like, no, dude, bro, this is mine. I got this. He goes over and you get an interesting back and forth right here. So Sybil's starting to question Grandy's orders, and she doesn't want to do this anymore. He slaps her around, tells her obey. She does, but what she does is destroy the whole school and kill both of them, right? They run out, and it's kind of a cheesy resolution of the plot, but it's acceptable because the art is really good, and these small character interactions make this issue amazing. Check this out. So, all's well that ends well. Good guys win. Green Lantern walks over to Carol, and this is fantastic right here. He's going over, and he starts talking. It's like, when I saw a little while ago the strength of Green Arrow's love for Dina, I realized that I've been denying myself that sort of strength because I was proud, because I insisted on my own terms. Because I demanded you accept me not as the dashing Green Lantern, but as plain Hal Jordan. And then she's stunned, and I was like, they go back and forth, and I was pretty proud of myself. I couldn't admit the man I loved could ever be anything less than the splendid, heroic. But I guess I must have realized the Green Lantern and Hal were the same wonderful man. Can you forgive rich, naughty, silly me? We've both been dumb, Carol. Maybe we both needed humbling. Miss Carol Ferris, I love you. I'm glad, Hal. Whew. oh man, that so much better. Oh my goodness. So this is where, and I kind of get it now. Now this is, man, if Dennis O'Neil would have started with an issue like this, oh my God, I think it would have been. I think he probably would have written this mini run a hell of a lot longer, and it would have been more successful because it's not only it accomplishes what he wanted, which was mainly sort of you know, putting depth to the characters, making them more human, while also kind of making some commentary about the obvious, I guess, the repetitiveness and the silliness of the Silver Age Green Lantern. You know, remember that was a plot point all the time was Carol not realizing that Hal Jordan and Green Lantern were the same freaking dude, even though like it's just a mask that separates them, right? To be able to take three or four panels of great dialogue and just rip it apart and be like, you know what? No, all right, I'm the Green Lantern and my name's Hal Jordan. There you go, right? Welcome to modern comics. Just fantastic. Also, great build-up, no politics needed right there. Just a great story, great character interactions. These characters working together, just, oh man. Yeah. So still don't regret my review on the first issue of Dennis O'Neil and Neal Adams together on these characters. But this was fantastic. Totally recommend it. Totally recommend this volume, by the way. And, yeah, man, can't wait to do the John Stewart issue, which is somewhere in here as well. Where are you, John Stewart? Yeah, can't wait to do that one too with my Discovering Green Lantern series. Anyhow, that's the video. Let me know what you think. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications. If you have any comments on this particular issue, leave them down below, and I will see you next time.